y's times 7y's. So altogether we get 11y's. Alright, the second one. If you have a power to a power, what do we do with our exponents? Multiply. So that's y to the 28. The third, if we are dividing, what do we do with our exponents? Subtract them. Now, if I just subtracted this, 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Will this end on the top or the bottom? And how do we know that? 7 is larger. We have more y's on the bottom, so we'll stay on the bottom. The fourth rule, what does a negative exponent do? It drops it down. We know our final answer can only have positive exponents. And once you drop it down, it becomes a positive. What if it were a negative on the bottom? Up to the top. Okay. Number 5, what is anything to the 0 power? 1. All right. What if you have a single term inside and a square on the outside? What do I have to do with that? Distribute it to everything. So it becomes a 3 squared y to what power? 6 over 8 squared. So 3 squared is 9. Y to the 6 over 64. All right, number 7. If I ask you to factor, what are we doing? So if I look, we take out the smaller exponents, that would be y to the 4th. So if you take everything out, it's a 1 minus 5, y, you're subtracting those exponents. 7 minus 4 is 3. Any questions on those? So what I want to do, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, and I want you to start looking at these examples. Work through as many as you can. So if you don't get through all of them, that's okay. Work through all of them. But let's see if we're on the right track. Number 1, what does the negative exponent do? Flip. So it flips the fraction itself, not the exponent. All right. We haven't done a radical problem yet today, but you should know, what does a 3/2 power mean? So it's saying the square root of this cubed. What is the square root of 144? Well, square root of 49. I have to do each of those to the 3rd power. So 12 to the 3rd is what? Okay. And 7 to the 3rd? 1,728 over 343. Number 2, what are we doing? If you're multiplying, what do you do with those exponents? Add them. You don't have to work it out by hand. You're welcome to grab a calculator and just do 4/5 plus 2/3 plus a negative 1/2. If you do that, what do you get? What'd you guys get? 59. Did you have a negative 1/2? I think you might have typed in a positive 1/2. All right, number 3. If I am distributing, what do we do with those exponents? The exponents will add, the numbers we will multiply. So 3 times 5 is 15. A, we add 3/4 plus 1/3. So you are welcome to use a calculator. And that gives us 13/12. Okay, then you distribute it to the next one, so 3 times 2 is 6. A, add exponents, 3/4 plus 2/3. 17/12. Sounds about right, trust me. Still human, I still make mistakes. On number 4, what is anything to the 0 power? 1. So we have 1 over 5b to the negative 6. What happens? We have to flip it. Only the b has a negative, so only the b comes to the top, the 5 just stays. Because exponents only touch what's directly in front of them. Right, number 5, if we start multiplying, negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. X to the 3rd times x, you add those exponents, so x to the 4th. Y times y to the 4th would be y to the 5th. Over 9. C H Y cubed. Okay, so negative 18 divided by 9 is negative 2. Do we have more x's on top or bottom? Bottom, so it ends down there. 8 minus 4 is 4. We have more y's on top. 5 minus 3 is 2. Number 6. Do you guys want to flip first, or do you just want to deal with the negatives and simplify? Flip? Okay. So you don't have to start here, but you can. Anything with a positive exponent stays, anything with a negative moves. So the 5 and the 15 are good, but my x's have to flip. The x to the 4th comes down, the x squared goes up. My y to the 8th is good, but my y cubed comes up. So 15 and 5, that would reduce to 1/3. We have more x's on the bottom, so subtract. So that's an x squared. Both y's are on top, so we add their exponents, so that's y to the 11th. You don't have to have the 1 in front. You're welcome to just write y to the 11th over 3x squared. And number 7. When we factor, we always take out the smaller exponent. What's smaller? Right, so if I factor that out, I took the whole thing, so that's a 1 minus 2x. Factoring out, it's subtracting. Negative 4 minus negative 8 would be negative 4 plus 8, which is 4. All right, questions on those? Alright, let's go to the second half. So more radicals. That's what we spent the last 2 days working on. So remember, when we are reducing our radicals, as long as it's just a single term, we break down every number. So the 5th root of 32 is 2. It worked out evenly. If I have 12 x's, it doesn't work out perfectly, but how many groups of 5 can we make? 2. And how many would be left? If I took out 2 groups of 5, that's 10 of them, and there were 12, so 2 remain. If I have 8 y's, we can take out 1 group of 5, so that took out 5 of them. So 8 minus 5 mean 3 remain. Second one. 98. I need a perfect square that goes into 98. So square root of 49 is 7. I can't do the square root of 2, so it stays. If we have 9 a's, how many groups of 2? And how many left over? Just 1. 5 b's would make b squared with 1 b left. On the denominator, if I have 8 c's, how many groups of 2 does that make? If you have a fraction, you're just doing the cube root of both the top and the bottom. Can you do the cube root of 64?
Yes.
Yeah, what does that turn into?
4.
Okay, can I leave my answer like this?
Nope.
No, we can't have a radical on the bottom. So if I have 2 x's, how many more do I need? We need 1 more so that we have 3 total. So that's 4 cube root of x over the cube root of x cubed, or just plain x. Number 4, we have to break down the 4th root of 32. So things to the 4th power. 2 to the 4th is 16. 3 to the 4th is 81. 4 to the 4th is 256. What can I break down? 16 and 2. So the 4th root of 16 is 2. And a 2 stays. We have 7 A's, we need groups of 4, so that's only 1 group of 4 with 3 left over. 23 B's, how many groups of 4? 5. That takes up 20 of them, so there's 3 left. Over 4th root of C to the 4th would just be 1C. Questions on this? So that was reducing our radicals. Now let's talk about some operations with them. If you want to add or subtract, what do you have to have? Common radicals. So 3 radical 7 I can't do anything with. What about 28? What would you break it? So the square root of 4 is 2. There was already a 2 out there, so what do I do with those? 4 radical 7. Okay, 4 radical 63. What can we break 63 into? Square minus 3 radical 7 times the 4 that was already there. 12 radical 7. So now we just combine the coefficients. So 3 minus 4 plus 12. How do we multiply with these radicals? Yep, we just FOIL everything out. Any number outside the radical gets multiplied together, the numbers under get multiplied together. 8 radical 9 minus 10 radical 3 plus 4 radical 3 minus 5. Square root of 9 is 3, so this means 8 times 3, so 24. These are like terms, so 10 minus 4 is minus 6 radical 3 minus our 5. So 24 minus 5 gives us 19. Minus 6 radical 3. Number 3, can't leave a radical in the denominator. We have 2 x's. We need a group of 5. How many more does that take?
3.
3 more. So you're going to multiply by the cube root, or sorry, the 5th root of x to the 3rd. We get negative 2, 5th root of x cubed, over the 5th root of x to the 5th. Are we remembering this stuff? Last one here. What do we do? We need the conjugate. Same thing, different sign in the middle. Radical 5 plus 1. So if we distribute, we get radical 15 plus radical 3. Denominator equals, so radical 25 plus radical 5 minus radical 5 minus 1. The reason we do this is that those middle terms always drop out. And what we have is the square root of 25, which is 5 minus 1. So we get radical 15 plus radical 3 over 4. Right. Are there any questions? So if you flip this over, that is your assignment. 10 questions, very similar to your quiz tomorrow.